Hi friends, and welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Courtney if you're new, and today we're making my homemade coleslaw. Let's get started. So you could purchase pre-packaged coleslaw mix, or you can even shred the cabbage and carrots yourself and use red cabbage. I get it with or without red cabbage, and then my husband loves it in these disposable containers because it's super easy for him to add at work. Now we're gonna start with some mayonnaise. I use 1 cup of mayo, and then we're gonna add in vinegar. I'm using some white vinegar. This is just regular distilled white vinegar, and then I do make sure I get all that mayo because it is super flavorful and adds a lot to the coleslaw. I will say, when you make this, you're not going to actually be using all of it. It kind of drains in the bottom, and I do take it out when I put it in those containers. We're going to go in with some sugar, salt, and celery seed. I will leave the link below with the ingredients, and you can print it out so you have it for later, as well as some yellow mustard. And then we're just going to mix this up. It's going to look a little curdled. Don't worry. If you want, you could bust out the whisk and go crazy, but I don't think it's that serious because once we mix it, it completely absorbs into the cabbage and it really just turns out beautiful. It's nice and thin and there's no chunks. So I used a 32-ounce bag of coleslaw mix that I got at Sam's Club. But again, I have purchased this from ShopRite. I've purchased it from BJ's. They all have different varied sizings. I've also purchased it recently from Aldi, which has 14-ounce bags, and I use 2 of those with the same mixture. We're going to mix that multiple times throughout the day, and I always say if you're going to be making this, try to make it at least a few hours in advance because it really breaks down from that vinegar. One of my favorite ways to enjoy it is bringing it to picnics, parties, and I really love it on a cold sub sandwich, hero, hoagie, whatever you call it. It is so flavorful, and I just love this coleslaw. I think you're going to love it too. Whatever you like to call this, whether it's a sandwich, a hoagie, a sub, submarine, hero, I call them hoagies or sandwiches. I have turkey and ham on here with my coleslaw. Now I do also like to make this with, my mouth is watering, I can't wait to bite it. I'm so excited. I also like to serve this with like pulled pork, pulled chicken. I need to put this together a little bit better. Hold on. It's gonna be a little awkward to eat here because I usually two-hand it, but hold on. I don't even need the Doritos. It is so good. It's so flavorful. I love the tanginess and the sweetness and the saltiness from the meat. And then we have the carbs from the bread. Like my bread is drenched in it. I'm not eating it. This is my favorite way to eat a sandwich. I wish more sandwich places would offer coleslaw. Like I don't see it at Jersey Mike's. I don't see it at Subway. But if you go to a Jewish deli, of course, you're going to see coleslaw. But you're not going to see a sandwich like this either. So I kind of wish it was merged together because it's just so good. While I love corned beef and pastrami on rye with coleslaw and pickle, I love a regular hoagie like this with coleslaw. Now, like I said, when you mix this, it's going to really absorb most of that liquid, but also it's going to release a lot of liquid. So you're not getting all of that mayo. It does kind of leave a decent amount when you drain it. And I really drain as much as I can. And you'll see that there's still some juice in these containers. My husband will eat it at work and it won't have all of that juice on the bottom. So what he does is like he'll eat it with a fork. And then I have enough that he can have it at home or I can have it at home. I usually put this in little glass mason jars, like tiny personal size ones. These are something I had to use up, so I am finding different ways to use these up. My kids actually love having fruit salad in them. I'm almost down to the end of them, so we will be going back to our mason jars. But for now, my husband is enjoying the quick and easy disposable use of these. Speaking of disposable, once you are done putting your coleslaw into its container or you're done serving it, you can just discard that leftover dressing. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my hoagie. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you enjoy my coleslaw recipe and I will see you guys soon. I wanna thank you so much for watching and spending your time with me. Bye friends.